Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to Lilywhite Lane. Hope you're doing good, hope you're keeping safe and well, and hope you're having a fantastic and a smashing Sunday in this boring, rubbish and pathetic international break that is going on right now in football. But not to worry, the North London derby is Tottenham's next game. Next Saturday, 12:30 at the shithole, the Emirates Stadium, and I am buzzing for it. It's going to be a massive game for both clubs. Both clubs on great form. Both clubs starting the season very well. We'll see if both are pretenders or title contenders, and it's all going to take place next Saturday. Hence the fact I thought it's only fair to do a combined 11. A Tottenham-Arsenal combined 11, right? Giving my current Arsenal 11, my current Tottenham 11, and putting together the best team I think I can possibly put together. So without further ado, let's delve straight into it. And I'm going to do a bit of a passionate rant on the first name, right? Goalkeeper, Lloris. Don't you Top Gooner scum fans tell me, right, that Aaron Ramsdale, a goalkeeper that over-celebrates everything, that has been relegated 5 times, gets in over a World Cup winning captain. Don't you dare. Because he has a couple good games here and there, because his distribution's good. That's what Top Gooners will tell you. Yet he gets in over a world-class World Cup winning captain who's proven it at the highest level and putting the highest performances in world football. And you're telling me this flipping Sheffield United reject gets in over him? Do one. Absolutely do one. Don't tell me that Aaron flipping Ramsdale gets in over Hugo Lloris. And I see them going, oh, well, he's had a good couple of seasons. You finished 5th last season, right? You finished 5th. And the amount of saves and mess-ups he made last season, I'll admit, yes, he's a decent shot stopper. But the amount of saves he messed up and flappy hands and butterfingers Ramsdale came out and messed you lot up last season. And you're going to tell me he gets in over Lloris, especially in the last few games. You look, the Fulham game, Lloris makes 2 world-class saves from Mitrovic. The Lisbon game, although we lost it, Lloris makes a world-class save. The Leicester game, that header, I believe it wasn't from volley, I believe it was from Patson Daka. A world-class save. You never see Ramsdale doing those. The guy doesn't save a penalty at times, right? He doesn't save a penalty. Look back at their win against Manchester United last year. He doesn't save a penalty, right? It hits the post. Yet he celebrates it like he saved a penalty in the World Cup final. This guy, he grinds my gears, and he's so over-dramatic and he's so overrated by Woolwich fans. So Lloris starts off in goal all day long. Lloris is clear of Ramsdale. I don't want any of these Top Gooner scum fans telling me that he isn't, right? Hugo Lloris in goal all day long. It's not even a question. Not even a question. Lloris in goal. Right back. I think I might have to concede it, to be honest. I think Ben White, Ben Shite as I like to call him, had a terrible season last season. Didn't step up at all at centre-back, but he's come into right-back this season. He's been alright. The only reason he really gets in is because we don't have any top right-backs. But I'll give him, as much as I hate doing it, I'll give him credit where credit's due. Ben White's been alright this season. Ben White will go in at right-back for me, right? Only because we've got flipping Royale. Spence is yet to prove it. And Doherty? Doherty can be good on his day, but he has been injured this season. So look, on form and in general as a player, I'm going to have to concede Ben White. Centre-back partnership, right? Romero has to be in there. Romero has to be in there. I don't want any of these Gooner fans telling me Saliba and flipping Gabriel is their centre-back partnership. No, Romero's a proven centre-back. He's a proven winner at Atalanta. He's a proven winner winning the, what's the competition called? The one he won with Argentina. Bloody hell. Copa America, that's it. How did I forget that? He's a proven winner. He won the Copa America with Argentina. Done a fantastic job at centre-back with an overachieving Atalanta team. You've seen the repercussions of him leaving last season and the beginning of this season. And he's come to Tottenham. He's been by a country mile our best defender. A very, very solid centre-back. Hasn't even made a mistake in a Tottenham shirt. absolute shithouse. Romero gets in there. The other one, look, it's probably up to Arsenal fans. Dyer, he gets a shout in there. I think he's had a good season, got a call up to England. But I do think both Saliba and Gabriel are a little bit better than Dyer, or have been this season. And look, if I was an Arsenal fan, which I don't want to be and I'm not, I'd probably go with Saliba. And that's why, even as a Spurs fan, I'm going to go with Saliba. From what I've seen, he's come into this Arsenal team, as much as I hate admitting it, he's made a difference. He's stepped up at centre-back. He's looked like a really solid centre-back. Although he scored one of the worst own goals I've seen in years, he's stepped up as centre-back. He's got a good header on him. He's scored a few goals. He's solid. He's really shored up that Arsenal defence, shored up that Woolwich FC defence. So look, I'm going to have to go with Saliba. Saliba and Romero as my centre-back partnership. Left-back. This could be an interesting one. This could be an interesting one when you see the Arsenal and Spurs fans debating it this week. Zinchenko, potentially. Tierney, potentially. Perisic, potentially. Zinchenko, right? It's a tough one, isn't it? Zinchenko can be a very, very good player, but he didn't do the best job at City. He was a backup and on the reserves a lot of the time at City, and Arsenal fans are creaming and loving life because he came from Manchester City, right? But I'll give him his due. He started the season solidly. He had a really good game against Palace to start the season. He's had a few decent games. Zinchenko, I'd put him over Tierney. Tierney, for me, is very, very overrated. I think he puts one good cross in every game and people love him and talk about like he's the next Scottish Andy Robertson. He's really not. The guy's not brilliant. But Zinchenko's up there. Compare him to Perisic, right? Both left-backs have come in this season. So we're probably going to judge it off this season's performances, the impact they've had on the team and what they've done previously. I'm going to have to go with Perisic. I'm not being biased with that, I don't think. I think that's being fair. I think Perisic is a proven world-class player. And I don't think Tierney is. The guy's 33, he plays like a 27-year-old, right? Some of the crosses and some of the games that he's influenced this season, Perisic, is massive. And you look at him, Champions Leagues, Serie A titles with Inter Milan, Bundesligas with Bayern Munich. The guy's resume is superb. He's won the Champions League a few times, Bundesligas, La Ligas, I believe. Serie A's, Coppa Italias, DFB Pokals. The guy's won so many accolades. And I think based on that, based on the impact he's had, not just for that, but for his country as well, Croatia. Pretty much their best player in their 2018 World Cup campaign when they got to the final. So look, I'm going to go with Perisic. I think Perisic is a fantastic player. I think he can be world-class on his day. Experienced winner. Zinchenko's yet to prove that. People go, oh yeah, he's won everything at City. No, he hasn't really. He was on the bench for a majority of the season when City were flying in the league. So look, Zinchenko doesn't get in, Perisic gets in. So there we go. Lloris in goal, Ben Shite at right back. I'll give them that because he's been alright. Saliba, Romero, and Perisic. I think that's a fair defence. I think that's a pretty unbiased defence. We're going to play 4-3-3, I believe. I believe, yes, Spurs play a back five or a back three, whatever way you want to go about it. But I think this formation suits both teams. Midfield three, right? I refuse to put Thomas Partey in there based on his allegations, based on the fact I don't rate him as a massive midfielder, and based on the fact he is a rapist. I'm not going to put him in there. I think he can be a very, very good player. I think he can be. But nah, he's just, he doesn't get in there for me. I think he's, once again, very overrated. People go, look at him off the ball. He doesn't really do anything off the ball. When you look at his stats and things such as that, they're not brilliant. I am going to put one Arsenal midfielder in there, though. Attacking midfielder, Martin Odegaard. Now, Arsenal fans comparing him to Ozil and all of that, I think you need to be quiet. Ozil was a generational talent for you lot. He was fantastic for Arsenal, and I'll be the first to admit that, as painful as it is. Odegaard's no Ozil, but this guy has stepped up. He's got leadership qualities, as Super Mikel Arteta says, as all the Arsenal fans go. But he does. He's got leadership qualities. I think he's got a really, really good strike on him. I think he's a very, very, very talented creative midfielder. I think he creates a lot for that Arsenal front three. Hence the fact I am going to have to put him in. So Odegaard goes in there for me, right? Bentancur, so underrated. This guy's so good. He's so good, yet he doesn't get given the credit. Watch him against Leicester. The passes that guy was making. Man turned into prime Xavi, prime Busquets and prime Iniesta in one player. On his day, this guy's phenomenal. The fact we signed him for 20 million. The impact he made. Yes, Kulusevski was part of it. But he took basically Spurs, which was 6th, 7th, into the top 4. Really was a massive part in last season, getting into the top 4 and getting into the Champions League this season. Hence the fact he's the reason we'll be playing on Wednesdays next season, that song. He's a great midfielder. He holds up play well. He creates chances. He's very, very good. Simple as that. He is a very, very good bloody footballer. So, Bentancur and Odegaard go in there for me. Odegaard is attacking midfielder. Bentancur is centre mid. Then we look at the other midfield position. You've got a few options here. You've got Thomas Partey, like I say, who could potentially go in there. You've got Vieira. You've got Bissouma, Højbjerg, who's had a very, very good month. So I'm going to put him as a massive candidate. But the person I'm leaning towards, as much as I hate admitting it, is Xhaka. Now, he was the Arsenal player I loved most a couple of years ago because he disrespected their captain's armband that legends like Henry have and threw it on the floor, right? That was brilliant. But Granit Xhaka, he is a good footballer. He wasn't brilliant last season. And as I say, I was watching him in that Brentford game, and as much as I hate admitting it and Brentford didn't step up, Xhaka looked really, really solid. He held up play really well. He was creating chances. He added a bit of spine to that Arsenal midfield, which they've been lacking for a few years. I think this is the best I've seen Xhaka play in an Arsenal shirt and the most he's been committed to that scummy club. So look, Xhaka, definite probably contender. The person I'd put up against him is Højbjerg. I think Højbjerg, again, is massively disrespected by opposition fans and even Spurs fans. And I don't understand why. This guy was brought in by Jose Mourinho, and since he's come in, he's made a couple mistakes here and there and a couple bad games, but he's been consistently good. He's been averaging 7 to 8 match ratings since he came in. And look, this season, the guy's been banging in goals. He's been getting in attacking positions. Now, one of the things Spurs fans said about our summer is we should have brought in a creative midfielder. Yeah, both Bentancur and Højbjerg are stepping up and creating chances. But do I say he's better than Xhaka this season? Yes, he scored a few goals and got a few assists. I'd have to go with Xhaka. Though, yeah, I'd have to go with Xhaka. Midfield 3, Martin Odegaard, Granit Xhaka, Scum, and Rodrigo Bentancur. I do apologise as well if I sound a bit sniffly and a bit hoarse. I've got a shit cold at the minute. It's so annoying when you got a cold in it. But anyway, I wanted to come in here. I wanted to do my combined 11, and that's exactly what we're doing. Moving on to the front 3, right? So we've done our back 4, our goalkeeper, our midfield 3, our front 3. The fact Arsenal fans will even try and debate this grinds my gears. Left wing Son, striker Kane. Don't you dare tell me Jesus gets in over Kane. Don't you dare. Because he's had a couple good games, has he, at the beginning of the season against Palace, Brentford and Leicester. That he's better than this generational talent. The man who's going to go on to become England's all-time top goal scorer. The man who's going to go on to become the Premier League all-time top goal scorer. An absolute legend in the making. And you're going to tell me this striker who couldn't even get into a City team that didn't have a striker. He was so bad at City, they had to play creative midfielders up top. And you're going to tell me, because he comes from Man City and he's had a couple good games, that Jesus is getting in over Kane on form. Shut up. If you're someone who thinks that, be quiet. Think about what you've done. Sit on the naughty step. But no, if you genuinely think Jesus over Kane, there's something wrong with you. There really is. There's no debate on it. Kane over Jesus at striker. Maybe Jesus at right wing, but he's not really a right winger. He did it times at City. You can debate that in the comments. But Jesus over Kane at striker. In the words of Roy Keane, not for bloody me. That's just a joke. It's an absolute farce. Kane at striker, Son at left wing. Once again, don't you dare tell me Martinelli is better than another generational talent in Heung-min Son. It's ridiculous. These Arsenal fans. So, they're actually debating. And I'll go into school and I hear Arsenal fans going, oh, Martinelli on form, Jesus on form. Shut up. Even on form, they're not better than those players. Heung-min Son scored as many goals as Jesus has all season in 13 minutes. So be quiet. In the words of Arteta in his documentary after the Newcastle match, so now, shut your mouth. He's done. It's done. Son at left wing. I'm not even going to debate Martinelli. Yes, he's had a good season. Yes, he's a player who I enjoy watching, even as an Arsenal player, with his skill and flair and pace he brings. But nowhere near Heung-min Son's level. Son proved that against Leicester. Same as Jesus. Had a good start to the season. He's been the missing piece in the puzzle in Arteta's Arsenal plan, which I will admit is now on course. But does he get in over Kane? Does he bollocks? Harry Kane and Heung-min Son, left wing and striker. Right wing. This is an interesting one. I could really roil up some Gooner fans here. I probably already have by calling them Woolwich and Scum all bloody video. But look, you've got a few options here. Bukayo Saka, right? Dejan Kulusevski, Richarlison, Jesus potentially at right wing. I'll tell you who I'm going to go with. Kulusevski, right? And I can hear those Arsenal fans now going absolutely mental. Saka is massively overrated. That's my statement, right? Kulusevski, Kane and Son. It's an all Spurs front three. Richarlison potentially, right? Because he's had a good start to the season and he is a very, very capable player. He scored twice for Brazil and he is Brazil's striker. I'm not even hearing Jesus over Richarlison because Brazil know they're number 9. But look, Kulusevski for me over Saka, Kulusevski for me over Jesus. This guy came in January, single-handedly changed around Spurs' season, got into that front three, immediately stepped up, has been banging in goals. He scored more goals last season, right? Last season, Dejan Kulusevski scored more goals and got more assists than Bukayo Saka and only played half the season. And you're going to tell me Saka's better than this guy? This season, he's already doubled Saka's assists. I believe he's doubled his goals. Dejan Kulusevski is a phenomenal football player on his day. The crossing ability he has is next to none. Next to none. You know, as a winger, I think he's got one of the best crosses for a winger in the Premier League. I'm not going to say he's got the best cross because you've got players such as Kevin De Bruyne, you've got players such as Bernardo Silva, you've got players such as, I'm trying to think of others, probably isn't, but this guy's crossing ability is superb. He's got a fantastic strike on him. His link-up play with Kane and Son works so well. And like I say, Saka for me, right, and I'm speaking for myself here, he is very, very overrated. The guy got England Player of the Year, right? England Player of the Year for scoring 0 goals, getting 0 assists and letting his country down in a major final. Yet he gets Player of the Year. I'm sorry he received racist abuse. That shouldn't happen to anyone. It's disgusting, it's vile. But because he received racial abuse, everyone's making out like he's a better footballer than he actually is. This guy's not this absolute generational talent. He's a talented right winger. I'll give him that. He had a decent season last season for Arsenal, right? He's not started the season too well. But one thing about him is inconsistency. Dejan Kulusevski, he's a consistent right winger. Bukayo Saka is not too. Dejan Kulusevski doubles Bukayo Saka's statistics, scores more goals, gets more assists than him. Like I say, got more assists and goals last season than Bukayo Saka and only played half the season. Kulusevski, easily for me. Well, not easily, because Saka, he is a good player. He is a good player, right? But he's not on the level of Dejan Kulusevski, in my opinion. He's still a proven winner, Kulusevski. He's won a couple trophies, like I say, in Juventus. So has Rodrigo Bentancur, you know, a Serie A. What's the cup in Italy? Bloody forgotten it. Cup in Italy. Completely forgot it. But look, I was about to say DFB Pokal, that's Germany. But look, Bukayo Saka, he's a very talented player. For me, Kulusevski. Kulusevski has to get in there. I still think he's underrated by opposition fans. A lot of opposition fans can't even pronounce him. They call him Kulusevski. But look, I'm going to go with Kulusevski. I think the ginger from Sweden, he proved it last night for his national team as well. Fantastic player. Gets in there. And there we go. That is my combined 11. Arsenal fans, Tottenham fans most importantly, you're the ones we cater for on this channel. But as I say, Arsenal fans, if you are watching it, it's all a bit of banter, all a bit of laugh. Comment your combined 11s in the comment section down below. But look, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Comment your combined 11s in the comment section down below. Mine, Hugo Lloris in goal by a country mile. We discussed that earlier in the video. Ben White, Saliba, Romero, Perisic, Odegaard, Xhaka, Bentancur, and Kane, Son, Kulusevski. Let me know yours. Thank you for watching this video. Let's get ready for the North London derby next Saturday. More content coming up on the channel, including previews, debates. We're going to massively build up this game for the spectacle that it should be. Undefeated Tottenham, third in the league, joint on points with Manchester City, yet won't get the credit. And Mikel Arteta's high-flying Arsenal, as the press likes to give them the name. But look, they have been good this season, Arteta's Arsenal. They've played really exciting football. I'll give them that. They've looked all right on the eye. Let's see what happens when they come up against Spurs. It's definitely going to be an interesting game. Thank you for watching. Take care. All the best. God bless. And as always, come on you Spurs. In Conte, we trust.